Welcome, friends. It's me, Suze, the holistic stylist, your buddy from Sophia's Emporium, here with my young computer whiz friend, Aaron, again. And the last time we worked on the computer, of course, everything was cool and I was ready to live stream and I was so excited. Well, when I went back to my computer and hit this Chrome thing right here, it wouldn't come up. Nothing would come up, and all we've got is the files. Now, where the files came back was from Aaron going into the Google Plus photos and making them so they wouldn't just be free fun for all the people that are impersonating me. And she put them back in the file. So the first question, Aaron, is could they have rigged something? You know, like they love to put little secret things in that would slow something down, like, say, a meme has their malware, or they have their viruses, or they have their porn, or they have their dark web, and see, she comes right back to the main screen. So at this point, it looks like the computer is hijacked again. Right, and Aaron says, right, because the last time we were there, we had found my camera, and I was ready to live stream. The files that are regained, like I said, are just a small life, well, a small piece of 35 years of a career. But if we had to get rid of them, like I told you, I've got all the originals. So for these fake people that aren't even human, they're trying to say they trademarked my originals. Well, now we gotta tag Corey Good in the stupid secret space program. See, they got a story behind the scenes, Aaron, about they were gonna trademark common names and build a brand. And then there's this nasty dude called Elvis Travels. He's not any of these Elvi that you've seen. He's just a jackass. And supposedly he trademarked the name Elvis Travels. So the theme of this is all the money that they've sponged off a good man's name and the retribution that comes afterwards, which is what I feel like we're in. And of course, I got to deal with it all the damn time. Can't go nowhere, huh? Oh, the spinning ball of death. What do you call that?
Rainbow.
You call that rainbow? Sure. It's just good for people to see it. Because here again, they cry like 4-year-old little girls when somebody hurts their boo-boo kitty computer. And so the gossip that they're all spinning is how their computers are all like just shutting down. You know, it's tragic. But see, if they're following something that's really happening and they're lying about it, here again, the retribution to these people. And they've kept me safe. I'm glad to be alive, really, with everything that's going on. All these shy guys plot their conquest. Who's this guest on my computer? It used to be Ian.
Let's see how to just do that.
Off, and it says off. Now, who turned it off? That's curious, because I think it was always on, and I saw it when we were on YouTube. Remember, in my YouTube channel, it had me and the guest? Okay, so could this be attached to the hack through the Gmail, through the third-party app, so they could turn this off and they could be the guest? All right, let me get in there.
Okay.
Let's not leave there. You hold the phone. You'll have to switch me places. Okay. We should have had music for this.
Yeah.
But, you know, so many people have dead airtime, Aaron.
Yeah,
And they
that's true.
stick around, they go get their coffee, they do their thing, and they don't keep their group entertained. Okay, which password am I putting in? Apple ID, not Facebook, not Twitter.
I think it's just your ID.
Is that this one?
Yeah. Yeah, let's try that one.
Alright. See, and remember, that's the stupid one that I was on the phone with Apple when they were trying to help me fix mine. See, so that makes sense that it's wrong. I'm going to do my long one. But I know they've taken it. And they don't give us a chance to reset in here?
No, that's kind of weird.
That's because they've taken it.
Maybe we can try something else. Because this is just to access system preferences. So if I try to log into something else, it might
your
let me.
password. See, and they don't even say which password, which is highly suspicious, isn't it? Like usually they'll say
your Google ID password or something.
Right,
like
and type your password. 8675309. You ever hear that song? Right, I like to do that to them. Let me try one more, and this is funny just because it is funny. Let's see what's that. Fuck no. Okay. Alright. So now what do you think we should do?
Well, if I could open Chrome, we could try some. We can. You know what? We can open it.
Ain't this some horse shit? $3,000 computer. And from the go. A back door in my TeamViewer, Aaron. Okay. Oh, and I got all that evidence too. You know I do. So now all these liars are going, just keep your evidence, just keep your evidence. And it's funny because they're backpedaling, you know. Oh, yeah, it's great.
We can't explain why that's happening, but just keep your evidence.
And hey, right, and keep in mind they're watching us as we do this and laughing as it goes global, see? Right, it's entertainment for the whole family. And they put it behind levels of security or paywalls. Do you know what I mean? So it's not like the bad guys can pay to go in to get the gossip, to spill the beans to everybody else. Right, and they're watching them too. Sure, my guest user is off. Here again, I say the hackers did that. Now see here, Aaron, here's the thing. I mean, they make you almost crazy thinking like, maybe somebody's doing this to help you. But you know that can't be true.
Yeah.
Right, I think that's the part of the video game where they test your sanity, you know?
Let's see.
Display login window as list of users. Name and password. I'm just reading. What's checked is show the sleep, restart, and shutdown buttons. Show input menu and login window. Show password hints.
This is
Show
a Mac computer, right?
I always call it an Apple, but yeah.
Okay.
Show fast users switching menu as full name. Use voiceover. And they always got pissed at me because I didn't want to hook the voice up to the computer, you know. You only get my voice.
When it's necessary.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not talking to Siri. She can blow me.
I don't use mine either.
Good. Do most of the people your age?
Yeah, when they're like cheating on tests and stuff.
That's classic. They should have just let people write on their hands.
Yeah.
You know, things were much easier back then. But yeah, I'll bet you that there's a trick in these pictures that are holding all this down.
In your pictures?
In the ones that you got back off of Google Plus. Like they put a trick in it. They're tricky. Joe had a friend in high school that her real name was Nikki, but they called her Tricky. And she made up words and just talk shit. So then they made up the word Trictionary for all, like for all the things she come up with. But yeah, they're tricky. And I can take pictures of crystals all day long. I mean, it was art. Click to lock. Click the lock to make changes. They're not even going to let you click a lock, are they?
That's how we got to this.
Oh, is that how we did that? And I don't never remember these two shady looking characters on the right side of the lock either. And not specifying what password. Too bad we can't call Apple anymore, but they disconnected their phone numbers.
They did?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had the numbers.
Because they're not letting me try it on this one since it's not an Apple computer. So my next move is going to be to try to log in on my phone.
Okay. Let's find an Apple phone number. That'll be fun. I'll call Apple on the phone. Oh, I've got recorded calls with them. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Let's see. Yep. Here's an Apple number, 1-800-275-2273. I even had a case number. Okay. I got another Google number, 309-571-1304.
You should see why. Ask them why Chrome is down.
Okay. We'll go call them. Alright, let me unplug my phone. And they know when you're recording. See, in Missouri, it's legal. But they say they're the only ones who can do it. It's really unfair. And oh, guess what, Aaron? Yesterday, they took my phone. And they said my line was in use. And it was like, clearly not. It was like this. None of the top information was here. And so then what we did was, I'm just pointing it at the jewelry. What we did is I went upstairs and got the phone and the charger, and it said line in use. Neither one was in use, and I showed it to Joe. And eventually what happened, this is crazy, so this phone, he took apart, it was the good one that was on the charger, and he kept telling me that it was the phone's fault that it had been not charged for 6 months. Okay, this is how he's trying to rationalize it. I'm just glad somebody's helping me, right? All right, so then when he disconnected all this, and he said to put the one that had been asleep for half a year on the charger, then this phone came back on. But I say, these play babies watch and do everything current time, like when we talk through something and discover something, well, poof, all of a sudden it's working again. That's how I feel about the whole situation. All right, let's call the number.
You want me to hold the camera?
Oh, I'm okay. I'm so used to... I just get my elbow in place and, all right. 1-800... Oops.
Calls will not be answered.
No, yes, they will. Come on. 1-800-275-2273.
Apple support. Calls are reported for evaluation and training.
Para español, oprima 9.
One moment while I look up your phone number. If you're calling about charges on your account, say billing. Otherwise, what Apple product or service are you calling about?
Mac.
Okay, Mac. If that's not right, say try again. Please say the name of the Apple computer you're using, such as MacBook Pro or iMac Pro. I didn't hear that. Please say the name of the Apple computer you're using, such as MacBook Pro or iMac Pro.
iMac
You're not-
Pro.
Was that iMac Pro? Yes or no?
Yes.
Now I'd like to get the serial number from your computer so I can look up its details for the advisor to be ready to help you. You can find the serial number on the original packaging or receipt, or under the Apple menu in About This Mac. Please say the serial number. For example, 4H9055CKYX9. If you need a moment, say, hold on. You can also say, help me find it, or I don't have it.
I don't have it.
If I transfer you to an advisor, the first thing they'll need will be your serial number. Say, try again, or continue.
Continue.
After you're finished with the advisor, we'd like to text you a link to a brief survey so you can tell us how we did. Carrier data rates may apply. Would you like to take the survey?
No.
Okay, let me get someone to help you. Thank you for contacting Apple support. Please hold for an Apple advisor. Apple is happy to offer a choice of music while you wait. For a selection of modern popular music, press 1. For classical, 2. For jazz, 3. If you prefer to wait in silence, press 4.
So I have a case number. And that's what I'll be giving them. And I mean, to have that actual number, they like to start there. But if you already have a case number, they said it was fine when I had spoke to them before. And that's all I can hope for. We do have the computer box downstairs, but it's not just like on the outside of the box. You know, I mean, we've looked. It's not an easy number to come by. And there was some kind of menu, but we really can't access anything.
And then the window keeps closing when I try to pull it up.
Okay.
You have an OS X.
That's how they hit it. After the hack and it came back up, it was the system. It's like they took the disk out, or something about you couldn't access it, or you gotta put it back in, and we hadn't taken anything out. And the only option at this point would be theoretically to let an engineer deconstruct it, and then they don't have to tell you anything about what happened, which I don't like that option. There is no what?
Apple Music, there's none that I can find right now.
Right.
And as soon as I said that, I found it. Here's the serial number.
Oh, well, hang on. I'm coming right over. That's great. Thank you. El Capitan.
That's so random.
Doesn't that just reek of Sandro and Elvis? Okay, now where do I write? What do I do?
Okay, here's your serial number right here.
Good job. And they've dropped shows and, you know, the people I interact with. So maybe it'd be good. And we're just waiting. We're just waiting for Apple.
It almost sounds like they hung up, cause normally, or did you choose to wait in silence?
I chose to wait in
Oh.
silence. Yeah, because we could have listened to their version of 3 different kinds of music, and they play it real loud.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of gives me a headache. Now, if they hung up, we would have a dial tone, I think. I hope they didn't hang up on me. Last time I called the number, like I told you, it did not work. Yeah, was down for repairs or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay, now I'm gonna try to figure out why your Chrome isn't working.
Okay. And of course, I won't be able to actually have this going when I throw a serial number, so maybe this is just part 1. And then maybe they'll answer, because we'll be at their mercy, and they'll be the only ones with a documented case of it. All right. See you guys soon.